So I had an interesting question that came up yesterday. How do I tune, what did I do to tune this? The Nissan GT-R 2017. Well, best way to describe it really is pretty straightforward. Up to ride height, lower to 398. Springs, soft as possible. Back, mid, medium be right about here at 2.5. But I'm at 188, which is kind of hard and kind of soft. Stiff and soft. Also, it says the higher the value, the stiffer the feeling of the ride. However, the lower the value, the more gentle ride feels, making the neutral frequency. The front and back wheels make for a smoother ride. So the front is softer, so it's going to be at its smoothest. The back part is going to be kind of rough, basically. So your dampers, I'm at 6.7 maxed out, which means it's going to respond quicker. The back end is about to medium, so it's at 61, so it's going to be a little bit more responsive, but not as much as the front. And then the front on the rebound, oh, this was the back, but that's beside the point. Okay, so right here, again, it's at softest, so it's going to respond quickly. And it's going to respond less. So it's kind of like this, but in reverse. No camber or toe. I mean, you can adjust this, but it's just a preference. And then you can adjust these three, but just leave that at 0. So if I was going to adjust this, in theory, I would do this. The reason being is because the tire patch moves more. So when your tire patch moves more, that means your tires is going to heat up faster than what it normally does. Yeah, because your tire patch is on the outside as well. So your tire patch sits in the middle, and when you move your toe or your camber, that patch moves as well. So we have 60, all these are at 60. These are at 10 just as a default. The transmission, basically this is what I did with the transmission. So you set it to default, you take the final gear, you move it all the way to the right, 5,000. You take your auto, move it all the way down. You take your other gear, you move it up. I mean, you can move it up, move it down, however you want it. So with that, I put 962. I just move this up. I mean, you can make it all up into the thousands. You can. I mean, there is a right and wrong way of doing it. The car won't react as easily, won't react a whole lot. So I don't even read miles an hour. I just read these right here. These numbers right here. I read these. And then the gear ratio graph where it says 7,000 RPM, I look at those as well. So that kind of gives me a good general idea. The miles an hour doesn't really, I mean, it kind of matters and it kind of doesn't. So if I was going to move anything else, it'd be the fourth, because the fourth gear is relatively close. So I'll show you what happens when you move it all this. because when you're moving everything, I'm rounding it up to the nearest hundreds or the nearest tens or 20s. So there we go. Your first gear is 60 miles an hour, so it'd be reading about 59 miles an hour, roughly. Now, we're going to see how this car does. That's not good. Better running a little more controller. That's not good. As you can see, there is little to no tire spin on this car, and that's what you want it to be. You don't want it to tire spin a whole lot. That's just pretty well basic. I mean, there's nothing fancy. This car has no shift point neither, so you can just redline it. Basically, redlining, give you a rough draft of that. So when you're redlining this thing, you're doing that. So you get half of it. So you get a pretty good run out of it still. So he kind of backed up. Now, I want to play like the Cobra here. I want half red this card. $153.25 mile. No real tunes in here. Tuners. Me for one. Well, no. Be kind of fair. To be kind of fair about it. Now we get down 40. So a lot of people like to drive all-wheel drive because they're easier to tune versus your mid-engine, rears, and your rear-wheel drives. And front-wheel drives can be somewhat easy. That's fun too. So, tuning the F40 is actually pretty easy too. I mean, there's not really no hard cars to tune, really. They're pretty good there. Alright, so what we got? Nova, Expo. I'll get my little one out, my little Expo. Now the Expo is the most OP car. Well, kind of OP. I mean, it can be beaten fairly easily. How do you win with this car? This car weighs under 1,000 pounds, so I mean it weighs next to nothing. And the only crazy part is this car has a motorcycle engine. It's a KTM Expo R. R would be for like the racing series. That Lambo should be beating at Cobra off the line, wheelie or not. Because if you get that Lambo to wheelie, that thing's crazy. What do we got over there? Oh, camo! I didn't even see camo there. Okay, okay. Yes, this car has a shift point, so when you're revving this car, I don't know if you can see it or not, but you want to shift right in here. So where that is, It's 6,500. That's where you shift to 6,500 RPM. So when you shift there, $6,500 to 7,000 is where you want to shift this car. This car's pretty gross. I mean, it really is. It is a really gross car. Because not only can you brake boost basically means you roll off you're rolling and you do that, or you just hold down for a couple seconds and you let go, then the car does its thing. But you wanted to wheelie fast enough, but that's considered cheating and very frowned upon in my case. Ew. That was gross. Spun. I mean, I spun hard. Yeah, Viper was lost. Straight up. God, what's he doing way over there? I can't even see him. He's trying to tell him to scoot over. Yeah, he's a little further out on my end. Okay. Stupid GTR in the way. Too far. He's flashing too fast. Yeah, pretty much that's how unfair this car is. Now there is a way of beating it too, like cleanly, is this car right here. So one of the ways you can beat it, anything that has high power with a lot of foot-pound of torque, you're going to have somewhat more of a chance. This in here can have a chance, it's just how you tune it. So. This is the incorrect one. Alright, grab this. Alright. So, this is how, this is going to be interesting, a GTR versus my Viper. So every Viper is different. Mine is based off the old school ways. I got that stupid wheel spin out of it. Let's try this again. Why are we spinning? Jesus. What is this? Once again, no tire spin. This is an old school type tuning. You tune this car, run off of second gear launch like you would back in the old Gran Turismo, and the car runs pretty well. It's pretty stable, pretty straightforward. The Corvette was spinning hard. I don't know what the frick you're doing. I mean, that Viper looks sweet looking and all, but man. It's kind of hard to hold a candle to this one. So that's just what I'm saying. Tire spin. We need to launch off of this gear though. No tire spin. No tire spin equals lethal. GG. So. That's what I love about this car. Alright, we'll battle the Supra. It's like, nope. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Yeah, it's like, fine. Are you sure, Supra? Yeah, off a half rev. It's actually not bad of a car. Oh, we got Horcron, Group 3. Just for ha-has, I'll get up my GT40. Just for the lulz and the ha-has and the giggles. Why not? Yes, this GT40 is not normal by any standards either. That's okay. Nah, Batman. Yeah, the Bat car. I mean, it works. Nice checkpoints. Now, this car, you don't rev at all. So, I should be able to beat an R34 with this. Being a keyword. Should. Nope. We got it to go. We got this car to run, though. I mean, the car is just too heavy. It's thankfully 788. This car is supposed to have over 900 plus, not 788. That's like not very fast. This is gonna be interesting. Mustang GT350 versus my psychotic little 02 Viper. I mean, you got tire spin. Two of my cars where they don't have tire spin at all. Excuse me. This lobby is pretty much done. Okay, so gonna show you. You don't rev this thing, and that's why, because it does that. It just spins. I mean, it can wheelie too, but you have to. You can't brake boost it neither because the gears are too long. Alright, so just half rev it. $150. You can do like a small rev, like right about here. But no matter what you do though, it's always going to spin. Oh well, other than that, pretty much that's how I pretty much tuned my car. Well, GTR. And pretty much the McLaren, the SLI McLaren. This car is pretty easy to tune. This car can be easy, but also hard at the same time. No 2 is really difficult because you have a lot of torque in it. Here's how. So you got 835 horsepower. Your foot-pound of torque is at 910. So at 910 foot-pound of torque with 835 horsepower, this car has more torque than power. So you can't really compensate it. You really can't unless you make it heavier. But even then it won't even be enough because the torque just kind of carries through. So in theory, you can move it to 196. And our gears go 1, 2, and 3. That's how I read my gears. I read these numbers right here, the four numbers. And if I get all these to line up just right, this car should be rocketing through the gears pretty quickly. And if you look on the graph over here on the right, the gear ratio, it looks like a staircase, which really that's how it should look. Well, I can't really do that, so I don't really want to risk turning up my tune either. So yeah, so that's the drift gears, and it's kind of all over the place. So anyway, if you liked the video, drop a like, subscribe, and catch you guys next time around. Later.